Once, in a kingdom nestled between towering mountains and a vast sea, there ruled a king named Elric. His reign was marked by wisdom, kindness, and a deep love for his people. King Elric wasn't born into luxury or grandeur. In fact, he was raised in a humble village, learning the values of hard work, compassion, and fairness from his parents, who were both farmers. These early lessons shaped the man he would become. When King Elric ascended to the throne, his kingdom was struggling. The people faced famine, and the roads were unsafe due to roving bands of thieves. But King Elric wasn't the type to sit in his palace and issue orders from behind closed doors. Instead, he traveled the kingdom, spoke to the villagers, and listened to their concerns. One day, as he was walking through a village on the outskirts of the kingdom, he met a young mother who had lost her husband to the bandits. Her face was filled with sorrow, but her eyes sparkled with a resilience that Elric admired. She spoke of her children and how she had no means to feed them. "I will make sure no child goes hungry in my kingdom," King Elric promised. And he kept that vow. Under his leadership, the kingdom flourished. He worked with the best engineers to rebuild roads, create bridges, and ensure that no village was isolated. He recruited skilled farmers and provided them with the tools they needed to cultivate the land. Soon, crops were growing, markets were bustling, and the roads were safe once more. Elric believed in justice, but also in mercy. When he captured a group of thieves who had been terrorizing the countryside, he did not punish them harshly, as most kings would. Instead, he listened to their stories. Many had turned to crime out of desperation, after their families had starved during previous years. Rather than imprison them, he offered them a chance at redemption. He provided them with work on the kingdom's farms, where they could earn an honest living. In exchange, they helped build the very roads that would ensure no one would go hungry again. Years passed, and King Elric's kingdom became one of the most prosperous in the land. But despite his success, he never let his crown change who he was. He continued to eat with the common people, sit in the open market, and listen to their voices. The king did not surround himself with lavish luxuries, for he knew the true wealth of his kingdom was not gold or jewels, but the health and happiness of his people. One day, an old, wise traveler came to the palace, seeking an audience with the king. When Elric asked him why he had come, the traveler simply said, "I've heard of your goodness, King Elric. And I wanted to see it for myself." Elric smiled humbly and said, "I am only a man who believes that kindness is the greatest strength." And so, the legend of King Elric spread far and wide, not because of his battles or conquests, but because of his unwavering commitment to the well-being